Now from WSAV, this is News 3 on your side at 6.
Good evening, I'm Tyus-Shaw.
And I'm Russ Riesinger. Thanks a lot for joining us. We begin tonight with the storm on the minds of millions along the East Coast, Hurricane Sandy.
After tearing through the Caribbean, the outer reaches of the powerful storm soaked parts of Florida today. Now all forecasts point to a very ugly Halloween week from North Carolina up to New England. But what can we expect closer to home? For that now, we're going to turn it over to Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Kris Allred for the very latest on Sandy. Kris?
All right, Tina. Well, the good news is that Sandy is a little bit weaker tonight. It is a Category 1 storm, sustained winds of about 75 miles per hour, and the storm is just now beginning to pull away from the Bahamas. And the rain bands already developing, moving onshore to parts of Florida and even parts of North Carolina. But not us here at home, not yet, not in the coastal empire and low country. So far, only the clouds have started to move onshore and the winds are picking up right along the coastline especially. Now we do have tropical storm warnings in effect for our nearshore and offshore waters. Take a look right here. This is for Georgia and for South Carolina. And we do have a tropical storm watch in effect for our coastal counties in South Carolina. This is Jasper, Beaufort, and also Colleton counties. Now we will cover all of what you could see over water and land coming up in the complete forecast because it all starts late tonight and it continues through tomorrow. All right, Russ and Tina, back to you.
All right, speaking of those wind gusts, it is churning up some choppy water out of Tybee Beach.
While most visitors are staying out of the water, some are braving the surf.
News 3's Raquel Rodriguez joins us at Tybee Beach with a live look at the conditions right now.
Raquel, tell us, what's it like out there?
Well, Tina, Russ, beachgoers are wrapped up in their sweaters as temperatures have been dropping and the waves are getting a little bigger. Now, the lifeguard season is over, so if you do decide to come out today or this weekend, it's swimming at your own risk. While most beachgoers are staying close to the shore, thrill seekers are diving right in.
Flying through the air, you know, at heights of 20, 25 feet, that turns me on.
Matt Kitchens is an experienced kite surfer who's attracted to water conditions other folks stay away from.
It's wide open, so you have a huge arena without having to worry about swimmers.
The mayor of Tybee Island says he doesn't foresee needing to shut down the beach to the public.
The water temperature is pretty low right now. It's about 70 degrees, so there aren't that many people who are going to brave it and go out there and swim.
The water temperature didn't seem to bother a mom and daughter from Wisconsin.
It's crazy. It's the waves are really strong, but it's fun. It's a lot of exercise. It's great.
Kind of unsafe, but my mom is there, so it's fine.
While lifeguard posts are unmanned, police beach patrol will monitor weather conditions. Kitchen says he's more worried about the wind dying down than his own safety.
This is like the ultimate. This is the most fun. This is the biggest rush.
That was WSAV's Raquel Rodriguez. She will remain out on Tybee Island for the rest of this evening throughout the 6 o'clock newscast at least. And we do want to stress again that all water activity will be at your own risk this weekend. If you do get into an emergency situation, make sure you call 911. Mariners are holding boats out there. Here also say that they are tightening the lines on the boats and securing loose items so that they don't fly in the water. Again, make sure you be very careful if you head out toward Tybee Beach.
All right, we got some breaking news we want to tell you about right now. Interstate 16 westbound at the Chatham County, Effingham County line between mile marker 148 and 150. You can see really backed up there. We don't know yet how many cars were involved in this accident, but Effingham County deputies say 3 people are entrapped. One is an infant, we know that. We do have a crew on the way. We'll have much more coming up tonight at 11, also on WSAV.com. Well, police are calling it a crime they have never seen in their city before. A man accused of videotaping women as they go to the bathroom. News 3's Andrew Davis has been following this bizarre story. Joins us now with the latest. Andrew?
Well, I'll tell you, Russ, bizarre may actually be an understatement when it comes to this case. An insurance agent who apparently was adding criminal to his resume. Charles Carlson is out on $6,000 bond after turning himself into Garden City Police today. He faces 2 counts of unlawful eavesdropping or surveillance. Carlson is accused of illegally taping women while they were going to the bathroom. It all happened at Bankers Life and Casualty Company on Dean Forest Road, a spot which happens to be right across the street from the Garden City Police Department. Now, Carlson was caught just a few days ago by an alert coworker.
She said when she was using the bathroom, she looked up and she saw something hanging from the trash can and saw a light blinking from it. And then that's when she took it to her boss, notified the boss, then came to the police department.
Now, what she found was a device just like this one. It looks like a pen, but it actually has a video recording device inside and a flash drive attached to upload it to a computer. Now, when investigators downloaded that flash drive, they found video of this toilet stall and of the victim herself using the bathroom. Now, the most damning evidence may have been this shot, though, a close-up shot of Carlson himself apparently trying to set up the camera at the right angle to show women inside the stall.
The scary thing is the restroom was open not only to the people that work at the place, but also to the public that may have come into the place. So we don't know how many victims are out there right now. We're going to take a look through the computer, take a look through the pen, see if there's anything else, and go from there.
Now, they're saying if you use the Bankers Life and Casualty bathroom and think you may have noticed anything unusual or believe you were videotaped, make sure to call Garden City Police right away. And investigators are giving credit to the victim herself. She not only found that recording device, but then asked Carlson several direct questions herself right after he admitted that it was his pen. Now they wonder how many more victims there may be or how many more she may have saved just by being alert. Of course, we will keep you updated. Tina?
Well, families in the Isle of Hope area are on alert tonight after Savannah police say a man in a truck approached two young girls and offered them rides. The separate incidents on Wednesday afternoon were reported within an hour of each other. Though the children were not injured, police want to make sure that parents and children are aware of what happened. WSAV News 3's Tukwin Mock is following this story today. Tukwin, there have been several high-profile missing children cases around the country. Are police looking for this person still?
Yes, Tina, they're looking for someone who can identify this man or his pickup truck. Savannah Chatham Metro Police say the two girls, ages 8 and 14, both reported that a man in a pickup pulled up beside them and repeatedly offered them rides. Police are looking for information about the driver, who is described as a white man with a dark complexion or Hispanic man in his 20s or 30s. He was seen driving a white full-size pickup with scratched paint and riding low to the ground. The girls say the man kept following them even after they refused his offers. Police say these incidents happened at LaRoche Avenue and Cornice Drive, and then just a couple of blocks away at Island Drive and Barnett Drive. Crime Prevention Officer Samantha Stevens says incidents like this show why it's so important to talk to your kids, come up with a safety plan, and practice it.
Teach your children that. They want to know that they've got to get out of there. They've got to make themselves get to a safe place. Teach them where those safe places are. Give them options. That's what I mean by getting the neighbors involved.
Officer Stevens recommends making sure your kids understand not to approach any strangers or vehicles and identify adults in the neighborhood they can safely turn to for help if you're not nearby. Also, she says it's important to report any sort of incident like this to police immediately so that officers can investigate and possibly prevent a crime from happening. From the WSAV Newsroom, Tukwin Mock, WSAV News 3.
Savannah Chatham police are still looking for the shooter they believe responsible for killing a Savannah man. Dwayne Green is wanted for shooting and killing Freddie Jackson and also injuring his wife Kendra at the intersection of Bullock and West 38th Streets Tuesday. Jackson was transported to Memorial where he was pronounced dead. His wife was shot in the arm. It's unclear what her condition is at this time. Now, anyone who knows the whereabouts of Green is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
With more than 9 million people falling victim to identity theft each year, either you or someone you know has probably been affected. That is why Coastal Bank and Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Savannah teamed up to offer advice today on protecting your identity. ShredX was on hand to help citizens shred personal documents for free, which experts say goes a long way in preventing theft.
Anything with your social security number on it, bank account information, any personal information, you want to make sure you're shredding that on a regular basis. So that would be the biggest thing. The other thing we get across is that it's important to pull your credit report.
Well, WSAV is once again teaming up with Chatham County and ShredX for Identity Safe Recycling Day. That's coming up Saturday, November 10th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Chatham County Resource Conservation Education Center. That's on Eisenhower Drive and the Goodwill in Bluffton as well. You'll be able to shred your personal documents and safely recycle those old computers.
Some members of the Greatest Generation came together today for a reunion at the mighty 8th Air Force Museum. The 306th Bomb Group, known as the Reich Wreckers, was essential to the Allied forces in World War II. The group recently donated all their records and photographs from their missions overseas. They flew 342 missions between October 9th, 1942 and April 19th, 1945. There's much more to come here on News 3 on your side at 6.
Well, Tom Cruise said it best. Sometimes you just feel the need for speed. We get a view from the driver's seat at this year's Savannah Speed Classic.
And coming up in your complete Storm Team 3 forecast, we are tracking Hurricane Sandy. What are we going to see for the rest of tonight and tomorrow? And then we face a cool down. We have live team coverage after the break. You're watching WSAV News 3 on your side at 6.
A tragic end to a crash we first reported earlier this week.
A 3rd ID soldier passed away today from injuries sustained in that crash. It happened on Chatham Parkway Tuesday afternoon. Police say a woman driving the black car crossed over the lane or into the lane, colliding with 43-year-old Sergeant First Class Sadia Zambrano. Sergeant Zambrano was a highly decorated soldier who served with the Headquarters Company, Special Troops Battalion, 3rd Sustainment Brigade. She entered the Army in 1988 and arrived at Fort Stewart in 2009. The condition of the other passenger is still unknown.
Now, Storm Team 3 weather, powered by Hargrave Live Titan Radar.
You are looking live at the very latest of Hurricane Sandy, and this storm is a few hundred miles away, but we are already feeling the impacts. Let's go ahead and take a live look out on Tybee Island at the beach, where the waves are already beginning to build, and we are expecting those waves to get even higher, up to about 4 to 6 feet, asking that swimmers and surfers stay out of the water. Well, here's what we are expecting here in the Coastal Empire and Lowcountry. And your fastcast from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. Changes will happen even tonight. More clouds will move in. The winds are going to pick up even more, and we could see a few rain showers, especially after midnight. And we're staying warm and humid, dropping to the upper 60s by midnight, and then overnight lows will only drop to the lower to mid 60s. Well, here's the latest on Sandy from the National Hurricane Center. It's a little weaker. That's good. It has sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, so it is a Category 1 hurricane. It is traveling to the north at 7 miles per hour. So it's later tonight and tomorrow when Sandy will be closest to us here in the Coastal Empire and Lowcountry. So that is still well offshore. Now, eventually, Sandy is going to curve back around and move inland over parts of the northeast. That's why this storm is getting so much attention. But we will feel it too, and we're going to feel it over water and on land. We do have a tropical storm warning that is in effect for our near shore and offshore waters for Georgia and for South Carolina. And we have a tropical storm watch that is in effect for our coastal counties in South Carolina, Jasper, Beaufort, and also Colleton. Now, we are expecting worse conditions out over the water. Take a look here. Already, we have had waves reported off of the coast of Florida up to about 30 feet. And they're building off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina at about 10 to 19 feet. So here's what you could expect. Marine impacts. This is for nearshore and offshore waters. Strong winds out of the north, 30 to 40 knots, and gusts could be as strong as 50 knots. High seas, waves of 10 to 20 feet expected near shore and offshore. If you have a small or medium-sized boat, this could capsize your boat, so it's best to stay out of the water, stay on land. And it's on land where we could also feel the impacts. And with us, we have Storm Team 3 meteorologist Matt Devitt, who's going to cover that for you. Matt?
Yeah, Kris, let's talk about the coastal impacts. We got the strong winds between 25 to 35 miles per hour sustained, and the gusts could approach 45 miles per hour. We're going to have the breaking waves as well, 4, 5, even 6 feet, and minor coastal flooding as we head into your Saturday and wrapping up on Sunday. So let's take you hour by hour. No question we got the system offshore, well offshore, but it's so massive that we're going to feel the effects here at home. Now, they're not going to be major impacts. We're going to obviously have the cloud cover, the gusty winds, and notice the trend here with the rain chances. We're going to be on the western end of this rain shield. I do think the best rain chances later on tonight, continuing into your Saturday, will be around the low country. The further west that you go, expect those rain chances to continue to back off, but the winds will be up. We're going to have that strong north, even northeasterly wind overnight, continuing into your Saturday morning, and then finally the winds will back off during the second half of the weekend. But take a look at some of these wind gusts into the 30s, even some 40s. Take a look. This is actually Saturday evening at around 6 o'clock. We're still talking about wind gusts in the 30, even 40 mile per hour range. So it's one of those weekends you may want to consider bringing those plans indoors. Some of the temperatures later on tonight in the lower to mid 60s. A couple scattered showers and storms are possible. Once again, to reiterate, the best rain chances around the low country. And once again, that tropical storm watch is in effect around the South Carolina coastline, including our low country viewers. Temperatures in the lower to mid 70s for your Saturday afternoon. The forecast does improve as we head into the start of next week. Beautiful weather, drier air moves in, 66 degrees for your Monday, and then even some upper 30s to lower 40s. That's around 10 to 15 degrees below average by Tuesday morning. Sunshine, beautiful weather, and hey, take a look at that. Halloween temperatures, mid to upper 60s. Not bad.
All right, and tomorrow morning, Lee will start our day and keeping everyone posted on Hurricane Sandy, right?
All three of us will be here tomorrow, so we're here for you. We will keep you up to date.
All right, good to know. We'll be right back. You're watching News 3 at 6.